Hi everyone, thanks for being here. I'm Lou. Welcome to your July monthly forecast. Okay, so this month we begin the Venus retrogrades. This is a really exciting and powerful time this month. So that starts in Leo on July the 23rd, but she'll be in the pre-retrograde shadow for the whole of July. So we'll be feeling these themes coming out in our lives, and we'll be able to apply ourselves to these themes for the whole month, and then into August and September, and all the way into about mid-October even. The overarching themes of Venus in Leo, it's all about love, and it's all about the hearts, the heart space. And so there'll be a lot of heartfelt emotions. There'll be a lot of boldness in love and in relating and in communicating love. I expect there'll be a lot of expression. There'll be a lot of outpour of love, like of the heart's desires. So this doesn't have to be romantic, although for a lot of people it will be. This will be about creativity as well, and about how you express yourself creatively. And so I have actually made a separate video that is just for the Venus retrograde. So if you want to work deliberately with this energy, or if you want to see how this is going to manifest in your life, and what you can do to shape this energy and shift how it manifests in your life, all that information is in that video. It's an extended video. It's very in depth, and I do a tarot card reading for each zodiac sign in that video. So highly recommend that you watch it. It's got a lot of information in it. So I'll be releasing that closer to the Venus retrograde around July the 23rd. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified when that video is released. And yeah, let's get into the forecast.
I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm working from today, the Kumbankia people, and recognise their continued connection to their land and their culture. I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging, and I acknowledge that this is and always will be Aboriginal land.
Hi there Aquarius, welcome to Cancer season. So we open up the month of July with the sun navigating through Cancer, which represents your 6th house. So this is a really good month to work on your sense of well-being, your physical well-being. So it can be about your health, your physical health, your routines, your physical routines, but also your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being. So the purpose of the 6th house is to create that sense of well-being and that sense of ease in your body and in your space. So this can also be applied to your work environment. The 6th house represents where you work and your services, so your work colleagues, and creating more, that will be under the spotlight so that you can create more ease there too. On July the 3rd, we have a full moon happening in Capricorn, which represents your 12th house. Now, this full moon could be extremely emotional for you, Aquarius, that it will be literally pulling you inwards, wanting you to dive deeply into your emotional realm, and there'll be this need for you to sit with yourself. I don't think you'll be able to escape that. I think you will really need to tend to your emotions carefully during this full moon. Take that time out, give yourself space. So don't plan anything around that full moon, because I think you will really need some space to be with yourself and be with all the emotions that will come up. There's a trine happening between this full moon and Jupiter in your 4th house. That's your emotional center. So you may get a lot of guidance comes up through your emotions if you are to sit with it. And even if you're not to sit with it, the emotions will still be there. They will still guide you. It's just how it will be directed into your life. It will be easier to direct it into your life if you are present and slow down with it, than if you try and continue and to utilize it in real time. On July 10th, Mars moves into Virgo, which represents your 8th house. And this is a big place to have Mars, and Mars will be there until August 27th. So 6 weeks of Mars in Virgo in your 8th house. Mars can be a real catalyst for change in your 8th house, so that you could see a lot of changes, a lot of transformation happening in your life, deaths and rebirth kind of energy here. But what it really comes down to is this sense of power and control. So particularly Mars can bring up a lot of anger wherever he goes. So if you are feeling very angry over the next 6 weeks, it's important to look at your level of power and control. So your sense of power in the situation, your sense of control in the situation. Are you worried about losing control? Are you worried about being overpowered? Those kinds of things. Usually when people cross our boundaries, it's because there is some sort of power and control issue coming up there. Okay, so that can be something that comes up for you to, for the purpose of like creating an action plan. Mars wants you to take action. Mars wants to push through blocks and barriers to transform your life. So if there is power and control issues there, and it doesn't have to be power and control issues with another person, it could be with, if something has power or control over you, like it could be an addiction like smoking or something, or it can even be like your own inner psychology, like are you giving away your power? Like how is your sense of empowerment at this time? It's a really good opportunity to work on that, to work with Mars on that energy, because Mars will be inspiring you to feel more powerful, to step more into your own personal power and to take control. And the other thing that can happen with the Mars in 8th house energy is that we can connect with another person deeply. When you connect with this placement, when you connect with somebody, it's very, very deep, very, very intimate. It's the kind of connection where you bare your soul to somebody else, okay? Where you can be really vulnerable. And that it requires trust, and it requires you to be powerful within yourself to feel able to be open and vulnerable with somebody else. So those are the kinds of themes that will be coming up with that Mars transit. On July 11th until July 29th, so for 2-week window, Mercury will be in your 7th house. Mercury will be in Leo. And so during that time, there could be conversations that can be had with your partners. This is a good time to connect mentally, to sit down and have those communications, those conversations. There will be a lot of communication possible during this time. So I recommend you use that middle part of July to talk with your partner. And that can help with that Mars energy as well. With Mars in the 8th house, it can help you guys to go deeper. If you're in a partnership, it could help you to go really deep with that person, to connect on that mental level and have that communication and that, just sharing your ideas. On July the 13th, the North Node moves into Aries. And so this begins a brand new transit for 18 months. So the North Node's been traveling through Taurus for the last 18 months and activating your 4th house. And now it will move into Aries and activate your 3rd house for the next 18 months until January 2025. Now, the North Node in your 8th house is wanting to evolve your thought habits. Okay, so this is all about your mental habits. It's about your thought patterns. It's about your automatic thinking. It's about your automatic responses. So when things happen in your environment, how do you automatically respond? Which is based on your belief system. It's based on your fundamental beliefs, which is based on your past life, your life experience and the things that have happened to you. You build these belief systems, right? And those belief systems become the core, that activates your behaviors. So this is what's the opportunity to evolve that, and you'll be cosmically supported to evolve your thoughts and also your communications. So the 3rd house is how we communicate with others, and also it's the house of learning. So there's opportunities to learn there as well. And there may be destined or fated opportunities delivered to you to learn and to grow your mind, to improve and enhance your mind garden, to really tend to and take care of it, to eliminate negative, limiting, non-beneficial thoughts, automatic thinking, or thought processes or ways that you think, and to evolve them into more beneficial, more supportive thoughts, more supportive automatic thinking, so that you're weaving your thoughts into the magic that creates your reality. Yeah? So your thoughts and your words help to create your reality, and this is about evolving them so you're creating your reality the way that you want your reality to look. And then on July 18th, we have the new moon in Cancer. Again, that's your 6th house. So if you have if you do come up with some strategies or some things that you want to change within your health or your lifestyle, or to create more well-being or within your work environment as well, the new moon on July the 18th would be a really good time to cement those in, to set intentions, to set yourself some goals, to sit down and set some health goals for yourself, or set some goals on breaking habits or breaking routines, breaking out of routines, and to really apply yourself to those goals and set those intentions under that new moon. It will just have so much more energy behind it to help create it and help it to actually take seed in your life and start manifesting. And then on July the 23rd, we start Leo season, and on the very same day that Leo season begins, Venus moves retrograde in Leo as well. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about that here because I've done a separate video on that, and I will release that close to the day around July 23rd. So look out for that. Subscribe to my channel so you get notified for that video, because there's so much information in there. And specifically for you, Aquarius, because Leo represents your 7th house, okay? So this is the house of your partners, your partnerships, like your intimate partners, your marriage partners, past, present, or future. And so that will be, and Venus being the planet of love, right? So this will be a powerful time for you to do this work and to enhance and improve and evolve your relationships, to create more harmony, to more love, more joy, more peace, more ease there. So definitely watch that video, because there's so much information in there for how to do that. And finally, July the 29th, Mercury will move into Virgo, joining Mars over in your 8th house, joining that storyline. But the thing about this Mercury transit is it is gearing up for a retrograde there, which will happen next month. So we'll talk about that next month. But for now, it's important to know that there's going to be a Venus retrograde and a Mercury retrograde overlapping. So there will be a lot of internal work that we will be doing next month. Next month will be deep. There'll be a lot of deep work because these are personal planets, right? So this would be a lot of very personal work that we'll be doing, and it could be very overwhelming for a lot of people, but it's a brilliant time if you're a deliberate co-creator to work on your personal development and improve your life. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. That's the your July forecast. Thank you for going on this journey with me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again next month. Take care.